Good afternoon, people. Today we are going to be reviewing this, and this is a Parkside gas weed burner. Now, Parkside is the home brand of Lidl, and I did get this in Lidl, obviously, for the price of £15. So it's just a quick video. Let's open it up and let's see what it's like. So just cut those few cable ties that are holding it in, and there we go. You're supposed to hold this like that, and then this gas bottle screws onto here. What is good about this though is that you don't need a lighter to actually start it. So you pull this trigger and then you can hear it. But if you look inside here, when you pull the trigger, you will see the spark. Look, see it in there? Pretty cool, isn't it? So you don't need a lighter to use this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pop this on. To attach the gas bottle, this is just a plastic cap. Just pop a screwdriver inside there and pop that off like that. Attaching the gas bottle is also nice and easy. You see this thread here? We're gonna thread that into there. You see the thread in there? That's where it's gonna go. Now, when you're doing this, this isn't going to be the easiest thread, but I will tell you something that will happen. So if I just start this, because it's a bit cat-handed, right, I've just started this thread. As you're tightening it, the gas will escape. You'll hear it, okay? So when you're doing it, do not press the trigger, or else you'll ignite the gases. You know, I would maybe say, maybe do this outside, because when this goes on and you hear the gas, you can really smell it. But listen, listen, listen. So did you hear the gas? That will escape when you're doing this. So just make sure you do it quick so you don't waste all your gas. But as I said, don't pull the trigger. And even though it's only a little bit, you can really, really smell it. So there we go. The gas bottle is now attached to the gun. So now we can go outside. What you will like is actually how easy this thing is to use. So once the bottle's on, the gas isn't actually coming out of the pipe just yet. To do that, you have to turn this. So when you turn, you'll hear the gas escaping. So listen. So now the gas is now turned on. And you pull the trigger and then that will ignite the bottom. So if I do this. There you go, the flame is now on. Now look how hot this gets on this wood. Look at this, look. And you don't have to keep your finger on the trigger as well. Look, you just hold it and then it will start burning stuff for you. It's pretty cool. And then to turn it off, all you're going to do is turn down the gas like that, and there we go, it's now stopped. So I'm going to show you me using it to burn off these bits of grass. So there's like shingle down the side of my path, and I get these like bits of grass and weed that grows in between it. So 2 words of caution for when you're actually using this. Keep, you know, a bit of water with you just in case something happens, you need to put it out, you know, just in case. You haven't got to use bottled water. I've just got bottled water for this. But okay, but the main thing you have to bear in mind, let's say I'm using this for this little bit of grass here. Be careful, you might burn your tile or damage the surrounding area. But look, I've got a wooden fence here, and obviously you don't want to damage that, or worse, catch fire to it. So when you are using this, be careful of your surroundings. You know, don't just look at that and go, oh, that would be all right. You know, look around it and make sure. But let me show you me burning a couple of these away. So it does struggle with bits like this. I mean, this is like grass, but it's like a patch. I'll put it up. It will burn it, obviously. But then you're still kind of left with it, if that makes sense. Have to rip it. Still got like that stuck bit in there. So there it doesn't work too well. But then you've got something like this, that where it's been hot, this bit of grass has dried out. It gets rid of that really easily. I mean, what was that, a second and a half? Most of it's gone. So I think it kind of depends on what weeds or what grass you're trying to burn with it. So here we have an actual weed, and it's about the size of my hand. But watch how much it struggles just to get rid of, you know, like a single weed. It does make a good sound though. I mean, all that time and all I've really done is get rid of one weed, and the root of it's still there, it's still burning actually. This isn't going to get rid of your weeds, you know, because this will just get rid of the top part of it, but it does work for some, but I think it's actually quite a bit of hassle and actually a bit harder. So let's say you're now finished using it and you want to put it away, but you are nervous that this could potentially leak. Because, you know, at the end of the day, this is a highly flammable gas canister. Now, there is a nice easy way to check that. So we're going to unscrew this again. You will still hear the gas escape. So the quicker you do this, the less gas is going to escape. I probably would still recommend doing this outside because it really smells. But if I do it slowly, you will hear the gas. There you go, you heard it. But as I said, the quicker you do it, the less gas is going to escape. So now the gas canister is away from the gun. Now, if you get yourself in this case, a glass bowl of water, if you put this in nozzle side down, if it's leaking, the bubbles should come out. So look, I'm going to put this in here. We don't see any bubbles coming out of there. So therefore, we know that there is no gas escaping from here. So just to show you that this method actually does work, this is a normal lighter. So if I put that in here and pull the trigger, you see the bubbles coming up? So it does actually work. And to be fair, you'd probably hear it anyway. You know, it's such a big canister, you'd probably hear tss if it was leaking. But nevertheless, peace of mind is always best. But if the water test isn't enough for you, you can also get yourself a natural gas detector off of Amazon like I've got here. This cost me £35 and I had this anyway, you know, I thought we had a boiler leak one day, so that is the reason that I got this. So it's not a bad small little tool to have around the house. But I've got this, you know, normal lighter here, so with this, you know, it will tell you that there is a gas leak. And you know, it's got a little nozzle on it and everything like that. So I'll wait for this to go back down to 0. So there we go. And if I hold that near this nozzle, I can see that this is not leaking. So if you want real peace of mind, I'll put the link in the description below for one of these. Even has a little torch on it as well. Look at that. So then, what are my final thoughts of the Parkside weed gas burner? As you saw from, you know, the other half of this video, some weeds it struggles, some weeds it doesn't. If the weeds are dead, you know, if they are brown basically, then it will clear them nice and easy. But if you have we'll call it a healthy weed, i.e. a green weed that is, you know, growing well, then it is going to struggle. So it depends what you've got. In all fairness though, for the de-weeding that I done out front off camera, it was actually easier using a weed killer and a wire brush. So it depends on what weeds you've got. But nevertheless, you can still have fun with this, you know, burning stuff, but be safe, of course. You know, if you want to start a barbecue or a bonfire or something, then, you know, you can be a safe distance away from the flame in front of you. The only other downside with this is that even though this does self-ignite, it doesn't, you know, you can sometimes be clicking this 15, you know, you'll be going like that to try and make it work. So it doesn't click on every single time you use it. So would I recommend it? Not really, in all honesty. I know it's only £15, but you know, unless you just want to like a kind of like a blowtorch kind of thing, then yeah, I guess get it. But for killing weeds, I don't think it's great. So nevertheless, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.